to work, go to work, go to work, go to work, go to work. You gotta love it. We have a plethora of people doing great things once again in the communities worldwide. So, with that in mind, I was just thinking it would be great to share more information about the one and only Chuck D. Chuck D shared a wonderful video. I've been sharing a video about Chuck D working with the SAG AFTRA, and to note that it is a wonderful opportunity for everyone that's in music to know that we have Chuck D working for us and helping us to get some things done for a long time. Like we know that he's been working with Hip Hop Alliance. He is just ultimately just doing such phenomenal work. And I just wanted to start today with that video so that way we can remember how important it is. Absolutely. Let me give you that information by sharing my screen here. Go to work, go to work. And before I do, I see the one and only Nicholas Hanley, A. Hanley. Let me be correct about that. Go to work. Nicholas, I was just sharing with the audience that I'm going to have everyone go to view Chuck D's video. So let's tune in. Absolutely. And as you get your video screen on, go to work. So I'm going to share my screen here so that way you all can see the one and only Chuck D. Go to work, go to work, in the video that is also located on the website. So you can check that out. Go to work. But right now, that's what we're going to do collectively. Absolutely. From the Mad Owl radio show. Well, I call it a radio show. Oh my goodness. Here you go.
Antiquated laws are all combining to make the field very unfair for labor, people working, and the artists creating. Indeed, it's something that artists across genres have protested for a long time.
If they're going to be indeed a delivery service, then that's fine. But even FedEx doesn't say that they own the thing that they ship. It ultimately keeps us apart, and it keeps the people in power in charge of us.
We need to have contracts that make sense.
I haven't made anything off of samples. Do you ever get a dime of that? For the most part myself, no. Lots of people do. But you have to figure out a way, because you don't have enough money to fight the big companies.
What do we really need record companies for?
Now, a major U.S. union is teaming up with top artists to address some of these issues. The Screen Actors Guild working with legends like Curtis Blow and Public Enemy founder Chuck D, the Grammy-winning Rock and Roll Hall of Famer. Now, their new group is advocating several reforms, including fair artist compensation, benefits, and a federal law that would get artists better paid for their work. Chuck D's been fighting the power his whole career, from his art to his advocacy, including years as a political analyst and advocate with the show Unfiltered that aired on Air America with, back in the day, Rachel Maddow before MSNBC. My special guest back on the beat is Chuck D. Thanks for being here, sir.
Thank you, Ari, for taking the time. And here we are, right?
Here we are. You have been walking the walk, talking the talk, making the art. I've met you before. You know, I grew up on your work. And so looking at something here that you're trying to do in the real world that also relates to the art is interesting. Tell us about the Hip Hop Alliance, what you're advocating for.
With great power comes responsibility. And this is an industry that everybody seems to think and also speak about as being all over the world and probably the most infectious, genre that's out there right now for the last 3 or 4 generations. And this is about understanding that in show business, as James Brown used to say, there's a show, there's a business, there's the industry. So looking forward to 2022. Engaging the hip hop and R&B community to organize and promote wages and fair royalties and strong health and retirement benefit of artists. Yeah, I'm reading from the script, because it's important that people hear the details and these facts. So be a part of this alliance. First union is really my responsibility to be able to push it forward.
If you are successful, if, for example, this law passes. I'm going to just put this up. We talk about laws all the time in the news. This is a proposal, the Federal American Music Fairness Act. It would give artists more ability to get the royalties from radio play. It would try to standardize pay structures with streaming. It's bipartisan, interestingly, in the House. What would be achieved if it passed, and how does streaming fit into that?
Well, you got to have somebody on it. And all these changes and laws are being made every week and every month. And what hip hop hasn't had up to this point is a monitor that looks out for every move and every change that's been taking place. So this is what this organization and alliance/union does. And there's a lot of people, past, present, and also future, that really don't have the clue. So where did they get the clue from? The only way to get the clue is to be organized. Get it from an organization. So it's time to put the bigger dome pants on or whatever, and making sure that these changes are made and we monitor what goes on to be a participant in what happens.
What do you think it means?
Look, I'm going to also read that educate and empower artists about their agreements with labels, producers, and also agents and managers, and also empowering artists to protect their livelihoods and futures through legislation and policy changes at the federal and state level, especially in the United States of America, where this stuff goes on every day in D.C. or in the state. Then it actually has tentacles that reaches out further, because there got to be accountability, at least in this nation, to know all this activity that's happening around the world all the time. You got to have somebody at the switchboard.
What does it mean for the art and its impact to fix some of these things so artists, and specifically often Black artists, have more support and ownership of the work they've created, which, as we just showed in the intro, is often the exception, not the rule?
Every situation needs some kind of guidelines, mentorship, coaching. You can go get a lawyer, you can get a business manager, but what makes them accountable? What makes them understand that there's a rule book to go by, and how do you keep up with that? You got people out there that they follow the sports pages, they know who's getting what, they know what agents are, what managers do, what are the building codes in the arena. And music and hip hop, people that say that they love it are usually clueless. You got to give them a clue about informing them about what they love. And then you can go on the breadcrumbs from that point on forward. Once they understand what it is, then they understand why they love it, instead of just loving it because it turns them on. So I just think this is it's the ugly work, but this music, just like jazz and blues, is no longer adolescent. And when it was an adolescent music, it probably was in the 1980s, which is like 40 years ago. So it's about time. Somebody got to be growing in the room, Art. Everything has something behind it that helps make it go on and on to the break of dawn. In the hip hop speak, since the godfather Curtis Blow, told me that, Chuck, you need to be in that seat to bring attention and fruition to what we've been doing. And there's a lot of people involved in it.
You mentioned the adolescence. I mean, when we think back to how some Americans first learned about you, through Do the Right Thing, through the art, when Radio Raheem was walking around with the cassette tapes in the boombox, then we go to CDs, right? Vinyl has come back in a little bit of a nostalgia, but most of it's out on streaming now. And I'm curious what you think about the fact that the technology does amazing things. I mean, you and I are of a generation where we remember buying one album, playing it till you couldn't play it anymore, trading. And now anyone with a phone can get access to literally hundreds of millions of tracks, and yet we see the streaming numbers aren't working much better for most of the artists. The super top are getting paid well, and we can get into that. But what do you think about that? And I'm curious, as an artist who still has so many listeners, how does the streaming affect you? Do you feel like, on the flip side, Public Enemy's work is out there and accessible in a way that it might not have been globally before?
Well, technology goes hand in hand, cheek to jaw with the music. I mean, if it wasn't for the technology, you don't hear the music. Thomas Edison says Mary had a little lamb on his device that he makes, his recording device, in 1870. So if you don't have, you always had the music, but the music and the technology has always gone hand in hand. school. In sports, you have sportscasters and broadcasters, right? You don't have that in music like you even had when you had radio jocks inform you. So this is sort of like saying, maybe this puts some of the information and the people in place that can inform not just the masses, but especially those that participate in it and what it is. So yeah, the streaming is just different, just a game. But what is it? And how does it work for you? And how can you work it? When the game changes, you gotta, dance to the new tune and make sure you know what that record is. So
yeah,
this is what the Hip Hop Alliance is probably best suited to be there as a structure where you just can't go and get over on the artist and the music no more. That means the big power boys or whatever, they can't get over just because they happen to find something. Or artists just won't be able to just always just say what they want without being accountable to something. If you come about in the neighborhood, you can't be anti the neighborhood coming about in the neighborhood and looking for love in the neighborhood. So there's something that says, hold it. This is what this is. This is what they say. You could, and I know art is subjective, but then it has to be able to have its categories to be listed and recognized for it to do its particular thing. So it's streaming new technology. It's how you actually ebb and flow with that.
Yeah, well, some people know that you are, among other things, old school, Chuck. I don't know that anyone knew you would take it all the way back to Mary Had a Little Lamb, which is a deep cut. You know what I'm saying?
That's a first recording. That's a deep cut. 1877, I think. Thomas Edison, right there in the state of Jersey, I think. If not Jersey, probably.
Yeah, people forget that Thomas Edison, he had some bars. They were derivative.
Before, and he got frustrated because the recording industry got crowded. He says,
That's right. Before I lose you, I want to do a little bit of the politics where you have in a voice. We dug something up. I don't even know if you will remember this, but a public service announcement, Chuck D telling people to vote, and that voting helps get the suckers out of office. Take a look.
Check this out. This is Chuck D of the Public Enemy telling you about something that's serious right about now. Look, as we go into the Terror Dome in the 1990s, it might be important to vote to get some suckers on out of office. You know what I'm saying? So understand you're 18 or over. Understand that you have a right to vote.
You have a right to vote. Talk to us about what you see in this generation, because I know you pay attention, and I think that some people might not realize how long your work has been, before it was a trend or whatever, really telling people, get involved, get educated. It wasn't about one party or the other. You criticized both parties, but you definitely said you want to fix these problems of poverty or structural racism. You have to get involved. And I just want to say, you don't need to hear it from me, but I'm going to say it because it's my program. There are people who think that's not super cool in artistry, or they only do it later, after their time. You were doing it when it mattered in so many ways. I think that means something to people. What do you see in this next generation right now that's active in certain ways, that's online, that's talking about police brutality, but also, may not be as politically directly active in the music, or at least some of today's hip-hop, as before? All your thoughts on that, sir?
Number one, artistically, I don't care what naysayers think. I care less. Number two, you should always know where you live. In 116 countries, Ari. 116 countries don't understand this. Know where you're going and know what you're stepping into, especially when you step into somebody's house or home or whatever. When I go to different countries, you got to know the law. The law wherever you go. If you live in a country, you know the law. In the United States of America, you know the law. You got to kind of use the law to attack the law if you don't like the law. And that voting is part of that. Voting is essential as like maybe washing your tail in the morning. Now, you don't have to wash. But then if you don't wash, don't go around saying it's a mistake. Now, that's what hip-hop is able to do, to be able to get a message from without it being all convoluted. Break it down to the bare essence. And when it comes down to this country, with all the hypocrisies that are going on, it's impossible to go on just your emotion without keeping score. Sometimes I might watch on news channels and watch online and be able to come up with a consensus, but you cannot freestyle the reality of what's surrounding you at all times. You cannot afford yourself to get lost in the metaverse right now and And with the metaverse being an alternative to drift away, you know, you have to have something in somebody in your cipher that is able to be rooted in reality. And this is what the music before provided, but now it's a little bit more than that. You gotta have real people doing real things, because in real life, you might be online all day, but human beings are furnaces. They're gonna have to eat. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to live in a spot that ain't under 32 degrees, and maybe not over 110 degrees. And right now they're talking metaverse, or the other alternative is saying that you drift away from the planet Earth, and that's called death. So we don't want those actually without it happening before our time.
All facts. I mean, especially when you get into the digital side, which is part of the technological change that we've been talking about, of course, in this interview.
All our culture runs through that now. So all our culture is running into screens. You got to have somebody to decipher and be literate to the screens coming at you for everything. They're coming to get you, they're coming to get your money. So it's a dance. Or just turn the phone off, put the screen down. But in today's societies, that's not proven to be realistic. So you got to figure out, that's to me, knowledge, educating yourself, loading yourself up, or understanding what it is. That's fighting the power. The power right now is something that's going to get you that you don't recognize and see coming. So that's what it is.
On Fighting the Power, on the beat tonight, you get the last word. Chuck D, thank you as always, sir.
Yeah, man, Hip Hop Alliance is definitely looking to tie things up and organize and be strong for the culture that so many people love, not just here in the United States, but worldwide.
Amen. Thank you, Chuck.
All right. That part right there, go to work. You got to love it, the one and only Chuck D. That part right there. Go to work. Look who's here. I see you there, the one and only Nicholas A. Hanley. How are you? Let me not be rude. How you doing?
I'm doing absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for bringing me on.
Hey, go to work. Absolutely. No worries. Look, I wanted to share the video because last time I think you were on, only shared a clip. So I shared the whole video so that would give you time on the East Coast as well to join us, because you are a very, very busy man and I appreciate you. Awesome. Go to work. So now I know you're busy too, but by chance, do you have something that you want me to stream here? Like, do you have a website or something that, or are you going to talk to us today?
I guess on my website, they can just, I'll put it in the chat.
Yes.
But I guess I can let a little bit about me, everyone who's listening. My name is Nicholas A. Hanley, and it is a pleasure to be here. I am a professional problem solver in 3 regards. So the first is anything in terms of the crypto or NFT space. I have stepped on multiple landmines. So I realize I am a well-qualified individual to let you know which landmines not to step on. So I make sure the individuals who are interested in the space are put around a nice group of individuals who have seen multiple series of success in the space, and making it applicable to what you do on a whole. So whether you're a musician, whether you're an artist, whatever the industry is, right? An individual who is interested in the crypto space definitely would love to share more insight with you, and bring you onto my investment team and let you really understand that it takes accountability, it takes knowledge from the proper spaces, and it takes the wherewithal to really push forward in a space that is new to some, which can really benefit for a legacy to continue forward. But in the second regard, I am a professional problem solver for any nonprofit organization who is in need of funding through a aspect of, if you need a fundraiser for your initiative, for your community, if you're trying to raise $38,000 at no out-of-pocket cost for a nonprofit organization, a community-based organization, Recently, I went to a conference. It was a United Flag Football League with my team, and we talked to coaches and let them know we can position them where they can have access to a fundraising platform that's nationwide, and also tap into the resources to help them with their community initiatives. So when we were talking to them, they were saying, "Wow, we can definitely raise funds for cleats, jerseys." So if you know a coach, send them my way. If you this is actually the logo, United Fundraising League right there.
Oh, nice.
But it's definitely important to wear your brand on you. So it's a beautiful commercial fundraiser. It's nationwide. We can tackle various communities, nonprofit organizations who need the funding. So we have access to that fundraising platform. In addition, lastly, I am a professional problem solver in third regard, which is branding and social media as a whole. So I've garnered 67,000 followers by my knowledge of marketing myself, my brand in an authentic way, organically on TikTok. So it took me about 8 months to garner 67,000. And it was a beautiful time because I realized that I love comedic storytelling. So to incorporate comedic storytelling and then turn around, and now I'm implementing crypto education, is adding that edutainment, which is a beautiful thing. I can just teach for legacy building. So anyone who's interested in learning more information, definitely follow me at Nicholas, NICHOLAS Antonio Hanley, HANLEY. So you can find me on any platform if you just type in my name. So definitely, they call me on King Nick on TikTok because I call other people kings and queens. So anyone who's listening to the sound of my voice, I appreciate you. You are powerful. And you're going to accomplish a lot of things this year. Go to
Wow.
work.
That part right there. Go to work. Absolutely. You didn't put that you're a motivational speaker. Well, we need to plug that in. You understand me? With 67,000 followers on TikTok, you're a motivational
Yo,
speaker. And you talk about the sound of your voice is resounding. You understand me? Do you sing too? Oh, yes, you do.
I do.
Oh my gosh.
I do.
Can you please share the renditions that you sing, or tell us the people that you
For
can?
sure. For sure. I love Nat King Cole, um, Frank Sinatra, uh, all the individuals from the Rat Pack. They're definitely a timeless music because for me, growing up, I listened to funk, jazz, rock. I have an eclectic taste, but my heart really tugs for big band, like Frank Sinatra, Nat King Cole. So
Wow.
definitely, yeah,
Absolutely. And you told us on the last time you were on the show that you play instruments. By chance,
I do.
what did you say one of those instruments is like what Dizzy Gillespie he used which instrument? Dizzy
I believe it's
Gillespie, Big Joel's,
the trumpet.
the
The
trumpet. Do you play the
trumpet.
trumpet?
I do not. I would love to play the trumpet for sure. I might pick it up in 2022.
Okay. Absolutely. So do you play any flutes? Or what do you call those?
N-
Yeah.
I am not a I believe they say flautist but I don't
Yeah.
play no, I don't play the flute. But I do play piano, drums, a little bit of bass, a little bit of guitar, harmonica, tuba, trombone. I sing, beatbox, and I believe that's it. I
Okay,
believe
so the
that's it.
tuba, the trombone, okay, but mainly keys
Yeah,
and strings.
right.
Okay, awesome. So now you were talking about edutainment.
Right. Edutainment. I think that's a beautiful thing for any brand, really, and a
Mhm,
business, because I feel they lose the aspect of being relatable, using the platform that helps anyone grow, right? Because
mhm,
if you're a business or a brand, let's take for instance a business, right? If you're a business owner and you really want to get your brand out there to educate the masses, that's what's really thriving on TikTok and all these social media platforms. Because now
mhm,
people are saving the information that you're giving them, right? And as you disseminate that information, they're able to now either teach it to someone else or just have it for their own record to apply it to their own business or their own brand, or depending on if you're selling a service or a product, whatever the case may be. You give them you empower them, you empower a community based on your education, and then
Absolutely.
also entertaining them while at that same. Yeah.
Yes, that's why I had to put King Nick. Absolutely. And go to work. Yes, because if you can entertain them the way I seen you entertain people on your Instagram, I gotta check out your TikTok. Okay. That TikTok, I haven't been there yet. You know what? The days went by. I'm so sorry. And I know you've been out of town and back and forth and so forth, but I went through your Instagram. So
All
with
right.
that in mind, go to work because I like them and everything. I subscribe. So please note that as King Nick, with the wonderful information that you do disseminate, just for purposes of, we have some vocabulary wizards and some people that would prefer that you define some of these words, just like we need to spell out some acronyms that we use. What does disseminate mean?
So I'll give another. So to to spread the information across to the masses. So
Absolutely. Did you see that light shine? Go to
you
work.
saw you saw that light?
Yes, it came on right on time.
That's it.
That was it. That part right there. Good job. Real quick and right to the point. So I know someone the show City Media Teamwork that I do on Thursdays at 7 p.m. And we'll do it again
Mhm.
next Thursday actually. But he likes the word plethora, because once upon a time he was on my other show and I kept using the word plethora, and now he
Right.
uses that quite often on his show. So
That's
now
funny.
maybe some other people will use the word disseminate on their show. Absolutely. So
Listen,
this is a working show.
I'll bring those words. I'll bring them.
Absolutely. Word warriors, because that helps with branding, right? That's part of branding. Can
For
you
sure.
elaborate on wording? It's not that we're picking and choosing and being fussy about it, but it actually helps with your branding.
For sure. In terms of branding, it definitely helps to have an anchor point with whatever you're doing. So let's say, for instance, my brand, I act in the regards of comedy, right? I
Yeah.
delve, I jump in the realm of comedy, and I really want to make sure that people can see themselves within the comedy that I produce, right? So whether
Yeah.
it's relatable comedy or if I'm adding crypto into comedy, right? The edutainment, education,
Mhm.
entertainment. I really want to make sure it's relatable and it resonates with everyone who watches. Some
Yes.
will get it, some won't. It is what it is.
That part
But
right
with
there, that is so true. So yes, you talk about entrepreneurship, business, and infusing that into comedy. So, and like you said, some people will get it, some people won't. Just like we know, many people have a short attention span. The world knows that. Okay. So, but now that we've been saying it exhaustively, what would you inspire people to do now that you are into branding, or you've been into branding and marketing, pardon me, and there is a short attention span? What would you encourage a new business person to do
hmm,
when they're creating their brand?
honestly, for starting their brand and then jumping on social media,
Yes,
or
yes, both.
okay, take your core beliefs of your company. Let's say if it's a restaurant, and if you are a restaurant and you're hopping on TikTok for the first time, now I would definitely do a lot of research in terms of what's trending for restaurants on TikTok, what's getting the most views, what's getting the most attention. Study at least, I would say, 2 to 3 accounts that are doing really well as a restaurant. And then from there, tap into a couple other trends. So the trends could be, they could be in other industries, but more so you want to focus on those 2 to 3 accounts that you're following and seeing what they're doing from how their video content is being produced,
Mm-hmm.
um, the hashtags that they're using, the the trending sounds that they're utilizing as well, um, and really taking the time to jump into other industries to apply something that may be new
Yeah.
to your industry, so
Mhm.
it puts you above the rest. So
Absolutely.
sometimes I would definitely dive into like another, let's say, a car cleaning business who's thriving and they're doing something in an educational way that's really profound. And I'll say, okay,
Mhm.
how do I apply this to my brand? How do I apply this to my business? You know? So just
Absolutely.
taking all the pieces of the puzzle and just putting it together.
That part right there. Go to work. So, and you use a key word, research, that active word, that verb. And that is a lot of work. Although it seemed like it's just like research, look up some information, Google, but that is time consuming. So people that do the work, yeah, that's extraordinary. And that's what happens. You will build more of the analytics, you will be more informed, and you will create more that will be more conducive to your brand. Absolutely. So that keyword research.
Right.
So that is a wonderful, wonderful thing. Now I know it's you just got a chance to watch the video as well, and we're using the metaverse. Now I know you're in technology as well. I was wondering if you could share what is it that keeps you inspired or motivated about the metaverse.
Honestly, the metaverse
I know
as a
you play
whole
video
is a
games.
right. Well, you could play video games. There are play to earn games, which some take place in the metaverse, some don't yet. Uh, but in essence of crypto as a whole, it opens up doors to so much opportunities we've never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there is the aspect of um, individuals who have been trying to capitalize on opportunities outside of the crypto that
Mm-hmm.
probably are not doing the best because the resources aren't there. But crypto now opens the doors for people who want to, let's say, crypto mining, right? So you can make
Mm-hmm.
passive income from your home. You can open the doors for NFTs, which are just non fungible tokens, right?
Yes.
We can hop into that later. But in terms of really tapping into the metaverse as a whole, it opens up the doors to people are buying experiences. And those
Mm-hmm.
experiences are priceless, but they're pricing them at I feel it's the wild, wild west right now for anyone
Ooh.
who's not sure what whether to buy land or not buy land in the metaverse. If you can buy an aspect of an emerging market like the metaverse, you can now sell ads for your business, right? You
Mhm.
can buy experiences. You can hold online. Um, it's really just experiences as a whole, but online presence, right? So
Yes,
it's definitely a beautiful thing to definitely capitalize on for the metaverse.
absolutely. And yes, and we'll talk about the NFTs later. We talked about that last time. And you said you're going to come back and talk some more. So that's great. Thank you very much. And so, with that in
No problem.
mind, I did put your website there at the bottom of the screen so people can capture it later if they're driving or listening, that type of thing. So, with that in mind, when you say some people are not utilizing the metaverse or they're not per se that actually like they're not into AR yet or they haven't converted their what do you old style type video games to the new style go to work. So based on the fact that you work on a lot of technology, is that very challenging to do to convert from
It's
the old type of video games to the metaverse style?
So for I don't think it is in the sense of I know it's not, it's just the mindset. So
Okay.
anyone who is not familiar with the metaverse or anything of that nature, it's hard to grasp an aspect of what is the metaverse because
Hmm.
now you're in the position to say, "Oh man, this is new technology. I don't know if I want to learn this and is it really gonna like is it applicable to what I'm going to do, you know?"
Mm.
But as an individual who doesn't want to um hmm, I guess die in a business in a brand, you really have to really focus to say what is the metaverse, like what am I really looking at, right?
Hmm.
And I that's where you have to start first,
Hmm.
you know.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I would say first a mindset before you even learn about anything else, because it's like anything you're investing in, you want to make sure you're making an intelligent decision to say, okay, I'm well equipped because I understand this information. I took my
Mhm.
time. I did the due diligence to understand what's happening with this new technology, right?
Absolutely. You go to work. Now, I don't know if you old enough, but back in the day, when they used to say, oh, I rhyme too at the drop of a dime sometimes at any given time. But please note that they used to talk about the ATM card. Some people didn't want to use it. They was like,
Right.
no, I'm gonna keep my cash. I'm not doing that card. I don't want my money on the card. They trying to make it a cashless society and so forth. What do you have to say about that time period compared to this time period?
It's, I'm not going to say exactly the same, but it's definitely, history tends to repeat itself. And with that, it's going to be a group of two people. One, individuals who said, man, I wish I knew and should have invested or did my research. And two, people are going to look back at the people who said, I wish, and just say,
Mm,
well, what's the next opportunity?
right.
so, so
Absolutely.
really, really tapping into, because my mother always told me intelligence counteracts ignorance.
Mm,
So just doing your due diligence, to really doing the research to saying exactly
absolutely.
what
And
this is.
you bring up that word intelligence. And it was just today that I was talking about intellectual property. And then somebody called me that talks about intellectual property all the time. I want to shout
Right.
him out. His name is Andrew Williams Jr. Okay. You have to
Okay.
check him out. All right. So I have to introduce you to Andrew Williams Jr., just so you know that definitely. And that's a trip how things work in the universe as well. You speak on things and you're thinking about somebody that and then I'll call you. That's amazing. So just note that with that in mind, I want to share with people and share and see what you say as a young person. Look, when you had an intellectual property, you own it, just like they've been telling you, you have education. Nobody can take your education away from you. So, what about your brain as real estate? And it has so many compartments, and people that know about how the brain is made, they have different folds to it, just like you have different neighborhoods and so forth. So, you have intellectual property. But when you're at school, and so many other places like here, you get a chance because I'm learning information from you too. And that's why I need other people to understand too. You can learn from younger people too. And you want to learn more so linearly. And some people look at it vertically, and that top down is one way because you can deal with the wisdom and so forth. But when you do work, holistically in a more of a round way, not roundabout, but although you do learn roundabout sometimes because some people don't like to be talked to or directly. They don't even appreciate the eye contact and absorb the information that way. They want to learn about it by observation all the time. And a lot of students like to do that too. That's why they don't want to be in classrooms because they don't want the teacher looking directly at them and giving them information. They just want to listen to what you told somebody else over there. Or, if you have a puppet or something like that, you talking to a puppet, not them, and it could be the backside of a wig. They rather listen to the information you giving somebody else or something else instead of you looking at them. So, but at the same time, they're building their intellectual property. At the same time, it's just a matter of your MO, your method of operation. So I know I said
Right.
a lot, but at the same time you're following along, and that's what I do. I'm a storyteller, but it's all facts. You understand me? And go to work.
Right.
It's a real thing. I'm just sharing an experience, and some people don't realize that it's a big deal. That's why you have to bring in puppets. You have to make it talk about personification. I've seen that in your imagery on your Instagram. And I believe that's another reason why you're a great speaker, you're motivational, you're highly engaging as well, because you don't mind talking to inanimate objects. You don't mind talking to yourself and editing three different people. You understand? You get your point across very well. You understand?
Right. Thank
So
you.
talk to us in this realm of edutainment, okay?
All right.
With your
Yeah.
comedy. Yes, absolutely.
So
How
in
you
terms
gain
of,
information.
you want me to bring up something? You want me to bring up a
Yeah,
video?
sure. Why not? Come on. I'm like,
Oh,
look, this is a working show.
all right. Let me bring up a video. But yeah, it's a beautiful thing to play those characters because for me, I've always written scripts when I was younger, right?
Yes,
And the aspect of bringing something to life is astounding as a director, as a writer, as a content creator, and to physically bring your ideas forth, right?
yes,
And it's for me, it's therapeutic. It's a spiritual thing, and as well as it allows me to help a lot of individuals who might not have a light in their realm of their day to day, you know? So if they grab some comedy from my videos and grab some joy from that, I think that's a beautiful thing.
yes,
Let me see if I
absolutely.
can pull
And so, with
one
that
up.
in mind, just knowing that, like, just like what you're doing right now, you're multitasking. And I know a plethora of DJs, entertainers, music artists, directors, and shout out to Urge 7. I'm calling URG7. You understand me? That he took the time after, I think it was about maybe 4 years, but he can correct me, what have you. He's the one that wrote my first song because he had been paying attention. He said, not one interview, not that I seen. He said, I miss some, but just know that you never said you were a music artist, but I can hear you freestyle and want to rhyme and and so forth and try to catch the beat and rhyme on time and so forth. And he wrote me a song called Go to Work, of course, right? And then with that, it was like, wow, that's pretty cool. Who can do that? Pay attention to you and write lyrics for you, and then it becomes now a video that we're working on. Now it becomes part of the repertoire of what go to work means, the mantra, in the more explicit manner. Because currently it's all been about what I've been saying or what somebody else says or what they received from hearing the word and where were they when they heard the word or what was the event taking place and so forth. Um, and what wig was I wearing or what have you. So now it's to another level. So I just want to shout him out. He's working on my video. Go to work.
Nice, nice.
Yes, go to work. So did you locate your comedy that you're looking
I
for?
did.
Okay.
I was looking for one that was edutainment,
Oh, okay, no worries. So when
but
I'll show you the studio when you put it on backstage, no problem, and then I'll bring it to the forefront. So I could talk all day. So I want to continue. But seriously, though, I want to bring up City Pride Magazine. Let me share the City Pride Magazine website as well, the link to the website. Okay. So
Mhm,
I want you to become a writer. I already shared that with you before. So I know you. Um, the next meeting is next week, and I'll send you that link. Okay, but definitely,
mhm.
just so you know, the owner, the publisher of City Pride magazine, he is looking for comedians to share information, gain a column, or shall we say a page. Okay, so citypridemagazine.com, if you're interested in becoming a writer or journalist, yes, you want to go to citypridemagazine.com. And with that in mind, you know that you will be able to use it on resume. And I was sharing yesterday that people that are looking for being a part of a published entity, you definitely want to look up City Pride Magazine because this is the 16th year that it's been in existence. So please do so. All right, wonderful. All right, I'm going to move this here so we can watch your video, your page here. Okay, go to work, the one and only Nicholas A. Hanley. All right, you ready to rock and roll?
I am ready to rock and roll.
Go to work. That means work. No, no, but you said you are eclectic. You why?
Well, why do I have an eclectic taste?
Yes.
Just my parents, my upbringing. They played so many different variety of music, culture, a lot of exposure, and it's been a blessing. And definitely, I don't take it for granted for sure.
Go to work. And I said that as a segue for what they about to see because you have a variety for sure. It's very interesting. You would never know. Absolutely. And then you were saying you play sports. I'm like, okay, you went from acting to sports to cryptocurrency to a word wizard to writer to video games. And absolutely. So go to work. I wanted to share that information. So as we continue to work on the show, the title of this show is Health, Money, Music. So we're working, and then it has the ellipsis. Oh yeah, I wanted to share that while he's working on that. Three dots means, like I was sharing earlier today, ellipsis. It goes on and on. But what I was thinking about as an author myself, that's redundant, but just to know that the three dots are ellipses, and sometimes you can use that to showcase that you're omitting or taking out some information and continuing on. Okay. So, oh, I see Coach Frosty from the one and only Crenshaw High School in LA is joining here. Go to work. Let me add him to the stream. Are you ready to go? Can I give you a minute right here? Let me introduce him real quick.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, perfect. Okay. Hello there, Coach Frosty. How are you?
How you doing, Michelle?
Good. One and only Nicholas A. Hanley is here too. He's going to show us something really funny in just a second here. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
You said that, all right. So did you all? Well, I'm not sure if you want to share if you won a game or not yesterday.
No, we lost yesterday. We got within two about 7 different times, and each time a different player done something wrong. We never could get over the hump. We ended up losing by 5.
Wow,
Ooh.
you sound just like a sportscaster.
Is that right?
Right. Absolutely. Oh my goodness. So, well, thank you for sharing at any rate. Yes, we are live and we are getting a plethora of information from the young man from cryptocurrency to acting to branding and so much more. But it's an opportunity to share. I know you have a business as well. You want to share about your business?
Oh, well, my business is not a business that I have no EIN number to or anything like that yet. But I had it like that. Then COVID shut me down. But right now I haven't went back in it because I got tired of paying that $800 a year.
Oh, the LLC. Mm-hmm.
Right. So, but basically, I just look for talent. I find talent. I got an eye for a God-given eye, and when I spot it, I try to find which sport are they good at, and I shoot them in that direction. Now, if it's basketball, I keep them in my fold, and I try to enhance that talent so to where they know that they have a talent, and the parents know they have a talent, so they can, give them that family support or that financial support, so he can go ahead and be great, and possibly even a star, you know. But as they go along the journey and through different levels, and I get them to different levels, and I see that they really are not going to be professionals, I tell them that you need to go ahead and pursue whatever talent, whatever lesson you want to learn in school, or get a job, or get your job with some good benefits or something, because you're not going to be a pro, So it's not need wasting time. You go get you a job, and 35 years from now, you'll be calling me, invite me to your retirement party, and you still be living like an athlete, having the things that athletes are having, But my main thing, I don't want them to end up in gangs, on drugs, trying to be street hustlers and end up in the penitentiary. So if I can detour them and send them in the right direction early, that's the real benefit I get out of it.
Beautiful. Absolutely. Wonderful.
Co-
Well, you
co-
have a serious elevator pitch. Not really. Go to work. No, appreciate you. Those are all facts, and that's wonderful because from one educator to another. Absolutely, definitely appreciate that information. I'm sorry, Nicholas, you were sharing?
I just wanted to say, Coach, for me, coaches have always been a highlight in my life. So I just wanted to say thank you for what you do in the community. I recently just came back with my team because we help nonprofits raise up to $38,000 or more, no out of pocket costs to coaches. We were at the Orlando United Flag Football League, and it had 8,000 coaches. We were letting them know, listen, we were actually invited to the event to talk to the coaches. So we were signing people up again at no out of pocket costs to coaches, nonprofits, to raise up to $38,000 annually. So that's why we're helping them with cleats, jerseys, and just giving you, because we have a platform that's virtual, nationwide. Doesn't matter if you're in California, doesn't matter if you're in Florida, doesn't matter if you're in Georgia. We tackle the United States. So that's what we're doing right now, reaching out to 50,000 nonprofits. So I just want to say thank you for what you do.
Thank you. You're welcome.
That is so neat. That's as modest as coaches are. Thank you. You're welcome. Exactly. Go to work. You gotta love it. Absolutely. So it was an honor. I got a chance to meet Coach Frosty just recently. Unfortunately, my friend, she lost her husband, and there was a celebration for his life at a barbershop in Inglewood. I believe it's called Heads Up, right?
The barbershop.
Yes.
Well, I used to know the barbershop as Posh Clips. I don't know what the name is now, but when her husband had it, when he first opened, it was Posh Clips.
Posh Clips.
Okay. So yes, it's a new business owner there in Inglewood. Absolutely. So it was great to see so many people to celebrate his life and have great stories and just have a ball. And no pun intended, Coach. I know you teach basketball, but absolutely, you know the word is definitely an honor. Absolutely, to meet serious basketball coaches or any sports coach. Absolutely, because I know it's some people that do things just because, but when you have a heart for it and you want to teach people to have that, not per se always, people talk about a backup plan, but just be well rounded to help a person be well rounded.
Right.
That's deep, solid. So, Nicholas, you want to share now? I just wanted to get an opportunity to introduce Coach Frosty really quick too, while you were
Right.
in the process.
Yeah, no, not a problem.
Go to work. So,
Coach,
if you share to the
Coach, we
swim,
might,
I'll put it there.
Coach, if anything, we might have to talk afterwards, if that's okay. Because I don't know if your team is in need of $38,000, but again, I'm just trying to help every coach that I can. So,
okay.
Go to work.
right.
Absolutely. He's at
All right,
a
let me share my
very
screen.
prestigious high school. Absolutely. They do a lot of great things, have great athletes. They can utilize that opportunity for sure. Oh yeah, go to work. I want to say shout out to Coach G in Compton too. We want to help him too. Absolutely. So I need to get you know what? I need to send an email to you, Nicholas, okay, for a young lady that wants to share information to Coach G, who's been doing a lot for the community in Compton as well. I met, via StreamYard. Shout out to MC Harris, who was there assisting with the StreamYard. And I met her via the steps at the City Hall in Compton. Absolutely. Go work.
Nice.
All right. Wonderful. So we are going to share. We're sharing your screen. You're sharing your screen now.
Yep. Yeah. So
I'm almost wanting to be in the metaverse. Do I press play or do you press play?
Nick, I'm ready to get into voice acting. Let's go. Nice, Jamal. But wait, when did you get a chance to practice the big 3 that we talked about? I didn't. I just bought this microphone from your Amazon store, and I know that's all I need to get ready. What? Jamal, thank you, but you need to take notes about the big 3. Those are the various techniques that helped me to get in the voiceover industry. Now I'm going to say this one more time. Are you taking notes? Ready. Breathing techniques, tone of your voice, and pacing. Got it? Got it. Tone of your voice and breathing techniques will help you with whatever project that you might have. Hey, Nick, what about pacing? You need to find the right time frame, but also know when to slow down.
You should really check out voice123.com.
It's a website where anyone who is interested in starting in the voiceover industry should be. Great ideas need great voices.
Who are you talking to?
Nick, I'm ready to
So
get in voice.
that was one example of a brand that reached out to me and was wondering if I could do a video for them because they saw my TikToks and Instagram. They said, Nick, we need your assistance. And my video did the in the lieu of like every other influencer, mine did the best out of everyone else's because I gave the information, gave the education with the entertainment, and they asked me for another video.
Nice, absolutely. Following directions, way to go. And took the time to do that yourself and be so creative. And the message is clear, very much so. And that's the most important thing. Like they say, content. The content. Yes. Go to work.
And then from the comedy standpoint, let me show you a comedy standpoint.
Okay, absolutely. And that's what the key is here, class. Look, I was saying, class. Absolutely. You want to advertise yourself, your business or events, upcoming events. We definitely just need to be able to gravitate the network on a daily basis. And this is what the time frame has been switched to 8 o'clock p.m. So that way it gives people more time to, have dinner, get through traffic and so much more. So go to work. Look at that. Awesome.
Do you want to form an alliance with me? Absolutely, I do. Good, excellent. Do you want to form an alliance with me? Absolutely, I do. Good, excellent.
So relatable comedy definitely does well on on these platforms.
And this is
So
TikTok or Instagram?
this one's Instagram.
Okay. So right, because TikTok is how many seconds do you have?
So for TikTok, they've actually extended it to 3-minute videos, but a good TikTok I would recommend anywhere from 15 to 30 seconds. If you can't get your message out in 15 to 30 seconds, then you gotta go back to the drawing board in terms of your content creation.
Okay.
Depending on your audience, they might like longer formed content, but you have to first experiment to see exactly what's going to do well for your page. For me specifically, my content does well when it's around 45 seconds because I do longer form content.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So, yeah.
And how long does it take you to edit your information, your content?
I'll say probably less than an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, an
Awesome.
hour tops,
Mm-hmm.
depending on how intricate the moving parts are. I actually did one video. I finished the editing and everything else. It's in regards to what if Wakanda was under quarantine. so I did that one. I gotta add the music and then drop the video. But yeah.
Okay. Absolutely. Well, thank you for sharing. Yes, you have a plethora of videos on that Instagram. I know. Now I have to get over here to TikTok. And that's a good one because we're talking math. And when just like Coach Ross, you have to have like pretty much you have a backup plan, but you want to be well rounded at the same time. You know how to keep score, you know how to play the game. And if you can get over those challenges, you can win things, right? All right.
Right.
So based on the fact that you have gravitated to 67,000 plus followers on TikTok, and you just shared with us that your videos do the best or most, they're the most effective or they get the most engagement at 45 seconds. How did you find that, or what type of data did you use?
So I used a lot of the tools that the platform has to offer. They show you demographics. I think I can show it on my side. They show it on the app itself, but on the website version, I don't think they show the back end. Let me see.
Okay. Absolutely. So that's another thing we were talking about researching earlier today, Coach Frosty. Just like that you have to have your students to review the tapes so you can orchestrate where they need to be motivated. No, I'm trying to rhyme now. But that's on real talk. You have to go back and look at the analytics and then you can state your case, right? Is that what you do? Yes, absolutely. So I'm looking to share more information, how we can coordinate what's fun, what's engaging, but then we also want to get down to the business of things. So definitely. I'm
And what I
labeled
can
as
do,
well as
I'll share
health,
my
music, and money. Yes, that? What did you say?
I'll share my screen.
Okay, sure.
So
I
for
see it right
the analytics in the back end, so it shows that I have 53% of my audience are female, and then the top territory is 74% of individuals who consume my content.
there.
And then which is cool because it shows you, you know, what's doing well, what you have to double down on. There's a huge debate on TikTok called the Rogue versus the Council. So I did this one video. It may not make sense if you don't have the context, but it did well because there's a trend going on. So I did original sound where I was are you familiar with like a captain's log? If you're watching Star Trek, they're like captain's log, and then he starts monologuing.
Yes.
So that's what I did for this particular one video based on what was happening on TikTok. So that's why I think it did well.
Okay. That was very creative. You capitalized on what was trending and you created your, some people would call it your own lane, but you created a new dynamic.
Right, exactly.
Okay. Awesome.
So
now you said some of the places don't have the analytics, but you
on the app it has a little bit more, but it shows the engagements and everything else.
Okay, absolutely. So, and again, the benefit of having followers on TikTok is what? For people
to monetize, honestly, to monetize and build a beautiful community. And the aspect of empowering other people with what you do, right? Out of the 3 E's: education, entertainment, and empowerment. So I call my followers kings and queens. So through edutainment, you know, it's really given the aspect of letting people know this is what my space is. Like you're inviting them into your space. So normally when I go live on TikTok, I normally let people know, you know, you can take off your shoes, relax, and just kick back and just have a great time. So sometimes I'll do a game night. Sometimes we're just listening to music where it's either the OJ's Temptations, whatever the case may be. Some people are like, Nick, why are you playing that old school music? I'm like, why not? Why not? Timeless music. So
go to work. Do you ever seen the Frank Sinatra rendition that you have?
I do at times. I sing a little bit of Frank Sinatra.
Okay, absolutely. Go to work. Well, definitely, Coach Frosty, if you need somebody to entertain your basketball players and get them on task with academics and so forth, you got to talk to this young man right here.
Right.
He'll be an excellent motivational speaker. Absolutely. Go to work. So is it something you want to share, make a connection to what's happening with students in high school that maybe we could relate to? I'm an educator, and Nicholas, Nicholas, you're going to college right now, yes?
Yeah, I'm still in
That's
school.
where his high school
I want to become a veterinarian. So animal behaviors. So
okay. Who would have thought that too? With the technology that you do, the comedy and okay. At any rate, okay, that's pretty cool. What would you help share with us, Coach Frosty, that we can help in our communities based on your coach?
Well, when they get to high school, everything is pretty much there for them. You know what I'm saying? They got the curriculum, they got the programs. I'm more trying to catch them earlier in high school. I just happen to coach at Crenshaw High School, but my thing is to catch them way before high school because they've been already turned in the wrong direction by the time they get to high school. So you got to catch them around the elementary school level. I know when I was young, we had after-school sports programs and everything in elementary. We had playground was open, we had sports programs. Then they took all that away, like in the 70s, and that's when gangbanging prevailed, you know. But I think if you want to help them, initiate those programs back in elementary school. You know what I'm saying? Get the sports program, have the elementary schools playing each other. It's like you got the high schools playing each other now. When I was young, our elementary schools played each other. So, you know, the great athletes, the ones who were stars in elementary, we all knew each other. By the time we hit Parks and Recs, we was already friends because we competed against each other. So, you know, if you could just implement sports back in the elementary level, you'll be able to help stop a lot of the wrong things that they do in life. They can get in this stage of sports early.
Okay.
That'll stop them from being burglars and thieves, and because these kids are sharp. These kids are really sharp in like second grade, really first and second grade. You talk to these kids, they're like old souls, like they've been there before. So the earlier you can get them, the better.
Absolutely, absolutely. And if it was one thing that well, no, it's more than one thing, but the interest of the high schoolers right now that we could utilize because it's their interest and we can capitalize on what we could do, maybe comedically or a drama. We can create a series. I know a lot of people that want to help children of all ages. So if it was something that some type of content, what would you share, or what would you like to see in high school that help make things better?
Uh, like I said,
Okay, how do you change our lives?
I'm not really versed with everything they have in the curriculum up at Crenshaw, but I'm quite sure they don't have nothing dealing with raising no comedians. So I think if you could put some comedian stuff in there, because I see a lot of people as they get older in life and find out they're funny, they go try themselves at stand up, and some go ahead to be pretty good and some don't. But I've never seen nobody at a young age saying they want to be no comedian though. So you might that might be a good thing to put in the because you always got the class clown, you know that. And maybe
That's
if you had
true.
maybe if you
See?
get the comedian thing going, you might be able to send them in the right direction. At Crenshaw, they tore down half the school and built a big old performing arts center on that campus. Spent millions. And why they built it, I have no idea. But the comedian thing, I don't think they had that in high school. That might be a good thing.
Okay, absolutely. And then that would envelop literacy. Absolutely. Okay. And that's what their interest is. Still, like, back in the day, we used to call it bagging on each other.
Right.
And so forth. So maybe we can create something. Okay, absolutely, good work. That works. Absolutely, I can create something for that. You know how we have America's Next Top Model and different things of that nature. And maybe I'm gonna have to create me a wig line because it's getting in my hair, in my eyes. But look, go to work. I think we are going to. I'm going to create something with that. See, thank you, Coach Frosty. And with that in mind, I see another comedian here. I think he reminds me of the one and only back in the day, Richard Pryor. If you haven't seen this young man's YouTube page right here, you got to check him out. He's something else, but it's about real serious content too. Go to work. How you doing there? MC Harris, I see you have MC Photo Media. Is that mcphotomedia.com?
I put it at photo media, but my YouTube page is MC Recovery, Wellness, and Relapse Show, because I'm gonna start another page, and I did, and I got a StreamYard account yesterday.
Oh, congratulations! Can you repeat that about your? I would say it a different kind of way. But what's the name of your site again?
Oh, it's the MC Recovery, Wellness, and Relapse Show. But now I'm gonna have a reaction channel show in a minute. But last night, just like the brother that you have on your show, what's his name? The youngster. I heard
Nicholas A. Hanley.
Oh, right, yeah, Nicholas. Y'all was talking about a little bit about crypto, and then so I did my first last night I did my first Infiniverse video. So that's why you see me with these goggles, trying to get used to being in virtual reality. So I went to some virtual reality sites, and then when I went to a grocery store site and did some shopping, that's when I said yesterday, maybe I should do a video because I was on this other show listening to this youngster break down stuff that a lot of us don't know about the metaverse and the Finiverse and the marketing, because this other recovery channel, the Recovery Addict channel, he flipped his channel just like the way I did mine last night to give a little bit more. So I'm trying out these because that Oculus costs $299 or $399. So it's not like I don't have the money to go get it, but let me get used to make sure I don't have vertigo or nothing. Because you see, because the guy last night made a very good point. See, Facebook is a multi-billion-dollar platform. For them to change their name, you ought to really think seriously about that. It is, and it's for free. So it's like they already have our ID and our complexion, and they can follow our algorithms and things of that nature. But what else is we giving up? Is this gonna really take off? Because they're not doing it for no reason. They're doing it for a good reason. So I just wanted to dabble and touch it, and then I'm still learning some more about like I flipped my Webull account. I'm already last week I was authorized to buy crypto, but before buying it, I learned the other day from Jonathan Barronville is that you really have to research it. You got to get into reading the white paper, and then some of these cryptocurrencies you can't follow the signature. You in so many facets. Some of them you can follow, some of them you can't.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if something along that line, with like if I buy like a certain amount of cryptocurrency or something, and if something go down with that company, they can freeze my assets.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So that's
so it's like
that. Yeah, you
so.
gotta tap into there's something, not sorry to interrupt, but private and public keys. So Webull, Robinhood, horrible. Don't buy crypto from those places because there's the aspect of private and public keys. Public keys, you have access to your crypto, but you don't own your crypto. So with private keys, you own exactly what you purchase and put it inside of your wallet. So Exodus is one of them. I can I can show a screen.
Yeah,
But
and then
Exodus is a beautiful wallet to have, and then Cash App is one to buy crypto and then move it to your private wallet or your
I
wallet.
got it, and then I also have a Charles Schwab account, but that account is like just a basic account because I'm probably about to get my 14-year-old money to go in there because my father said I need to give that money that stimulus money needs to stay in his hands. So do like a certain amount. So at the same time, he have learned a little bit about stocks, and then the company he likes is Roblox. And Roblox is like shit. I couldn't get in right when it hit. Right when they hit the market, it just kept going too fast. So but it's this other company. I can get back to you with it. But that's just basically what I spoke about last night is about the platform and about having a metaverse room where I can have portals that can have people to go to my recovery channel. But what I'm interested in, what's his name again? Nathan?
Nicholas
Oh yeah, Nicholas.
A.
What,
Yes,
Hanley.
sir.
what I wanted to know, because to me, when they talk about AR, talk
Augmented.
about Yeah, talk about that augmented reality because me and go to work, we do a lot of events. And sometimes I'm like right there at the stage at a concert. I was wondering, will the augmented reality be able for those that can't make it to like the Papa's Picnic? Will they get a chance or opportunity to see us in like a holograph type of fashion? That's where I think this technology is going.
100%. It's definitely gonna tie into a couple other things, just like NFTs. Um, I've seen a few. I missed a concert by Tobe Nwigwe. He's in Houston. He's
Hmm.
from A-Leaf, Texas, and man, it would have been great to go because he was selling his tickets and giving away an NFT. So I believe is going to happen is for some of these artists, they'll sell their NFTs for the experience of maybe VIP, backstage passes, and possibly maybe having various NFTs. This would be a beautiful thing to do for any artist listening to this podcast. Um, if you have multiple versions of your NFTs, and one NFT particular is if you can't make the concert or you're concerned about, making sure it gets COVID free, you buy this particular NFT and then you have the augmented reality component. And then you, like you said before, that augmented jumping into the world of the concert. So now you're front stage. So whether you're doing it with your
Right.
Oculus and VR or having that
That-
augmented reality, I think that's a beautiful thing as well. Or having the artists themselves put on a piece of equipment or an apparatus where you stand on stage and they're performing live in front of you. But if you purchase the particular NFT, you'll have those glasses or whatever facial equipment that you need, and then you physically can see what you need to see, right? And
Yeah.
only you have access to that experience. Because essentially, these NFTs, these metaverses, just the 3D online experience, right? You're buying an experience. So
Mhm.
it's limitless. There's no glass ceiling, and you're only limited based on your imagination at this point.
Oh yeah, yep, I know. I'm gonna do another video is because I'm still taking some notes, but I'm up here trying to figure out what was it. I forgot to take the note of for what he's like a middleman.
Right. We held a free trial last week, my investment team and I, in terms of like the metaverse, the NFTs, and we just finished that now, but they're on tour, doing conferences in Florida, around the United States, as well as a couple international tours because we have an academy that teaches you about cryptocurrency. It teaches you about NFTs, and also we have an investment team that keeps you accountable. So we teach about mindset, you in the space of wealth as a whole, right? Being an intelligent investor. So it's definitely on my website. And if anyone is interested in just having that accountability, that's another way as well to tap into. If anyone's haven't read it before, but it's Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. One of the principles is the mastermind principle. That's my mindset every time when I go into any space. I want to make sure that I'm around other individuals that have an invested interest in me succeeding. So once they do that, it's it's fair game because everyone's gonna win at that point, right? Because you want to see your neighbor, well, as you look left and right to win. So definitely, I'm blessed. It's a blessing to be a part of a team that's able to teach me how to do passive income. Like I have a box in my room that's generating tokens passively. So I'm making passive income. My goal this year is and I have a vision board in front of me. I'm looking at it right now, but 10K a month passively through crypto. And I know I'm going to hit that before the end of this year. So
Oh,
Work.
yeah.
You looking at the screen, MC Harris?
yeah, I see Exodus,
Right.
Bitcoin, and
So
crypto. crypto
Did you
wallet.
hear Nicholas A. Hanley say that he's looking to, he's going to make $10,000 a month this year passively?
Well, it's like that depends on. Well, like I said, it's like
Yes or
where is
no?
my note? Oh yes, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. But it's like,
I'll be in class.
it's still a whole lot of crypto and a whole lot of mining to do out there. So it's like, but what I'm saying is that what got me interested in going into the Infiniverse is that some of the property up in there is low, and Walmart just now mentioned that they getting ready to go in there if they're not in there now. So it's like it's different blocks and stuff and floors.
Okay, you've been doing your homework. Absolutely.
Yep. And the recovery addict bought a floor like when he was on YouTube a couple of weeks ago. His floor then went up, so he bought a high rise. And then anytime you get lost in the Infiniverse, you can always go back home. So but as far as, but I'm gonna have to listen to the show that I was talking about earlier. Shit, it really comes down to really knowing the signatures and stuff and following and tracking, because you have to know where these tokens are really sitting at.
True.
See?
Right. Now, anything you're doing with in the space though, I definitely suggest Proton Mail to secure your assets, whether that's metaverse, whether that's crypto, whether that's financial, because this is a secure email based in Switzerland, and it gives you a two-way. It's encrypted email, as well as you can set up a two-way factor authentication. So anyone who is doing anything in the space, Proton Mail, because you don't want you accumulate like a certain amount of funds and then you get hacked, right? So this is definitely something my team uses, and we've been switching our financials to a Proton Mail so we can make sure we're guarded on all fronts, because if a cyber attack were to occur now, most people would probably be vulnerable, right? So to not be as vulnerable, Proton Mail is a secure email I would recommend to anyone on this call. So
go to work. Thank you for that. Absolutely. I know you get paid for that regularly.
Yeah, my friends come to me for security. They're like, Nick, what do I do? I'm like, you set up a Proton Mail? They're like, a what? I'm like, listen, just set up one of these bad boys. They're free.
Absolutely.
They're free. They're free. And I want to make sure my family is not,
So in other words, I'm trying to blow up this company. So what it would do, it will allow.
That's not the proper terminology on my Facebook to utilize, please. What do you mean?
Oh no, I'm saying shoe.
No, what?
I'm saying shoe.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, all right. So if you use this Switzerland account, it will allow us to control our assets right on the blockchains.
No. This is just security. This comes from anything in crypto. Normally, individuals come to me for security questions, so I always recommend this. This is just a tool to utilize outside of crypto, within crypto, but it's just secure email. That's all.
So what is the definition of a blockchain?
It's like an international ledger. So in terms of if you're making transactions, because as we know, cryptocurrency is decentralized, so it's peer-to-peer. So you can physically see all the transactions based on that ledger or the book of transactions. So if I send you a fractional of Bitcoin, or if I receive Bitcoin, we can see that on the blockchain. I actually have a visual for you, because I think it's a beautiful thing to use a visualization, because I'm from New York originally. So when I see it, and it just makes sense. So
that is the way it goes. Yeah.
So here we go. So let me show you.
See,
So this is a visualization by called TX Street, and it gives you on the left side you see Ethereum, on the right side you see Bitcoin. Now, for these are South Park characters. Just for this is a live visualization for what the blockchain is, or just explaining the blockchain. So these are all transactions, right? And these are pending transactions. Now these
right.
transactions are getting on these buses, and once the buses hit its capacity, it goes to the blockchain. Now, when it goes to the blockchain, that block is sent, and then the next bus is filled because each block has a capacity. So once it's filled with these transactions, it goes off and goes from there. And again, you see more on this side because, you know, a lot of things are being built on Ethereum's blockchain. So these are why these are all pending transactions.
Where pending is on the Ethereum side.
Yeah, on the left side, because there's a lot more pending transactions on this side versus the Bitcoin side right now.
You have a question, MC?
Oh no, I'm just looking at the picture right on my other screen.
Is it making sense to you?
Huh? Well, I've been watching it, but I've been studying it, and then I noticed shit. I'm trying to remember. I can't find my notepad where I had the name of that other company where you know he said he's like a citizen. The word is a subsidiary or something like that to a company called
Subsidiary?
yeah, something like that, where it's like shit, he's making money anytime anybody does a transaction.
Mm.
Yeah.
What was that?
This youngster Jonathan Barronville, because he came and gave us old cats a better breakdown right on the Lapeef show the other day.
Okay.
The breakdown to, like, you know, this is something that, you know, people need to be patient with, and shouldn't get into a big frenzy.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Absolutely.
yep, it's like, you know, you gotta take it serious, just like the way I take my Charles Schwab account. Some of the holdings I'm in there because I did the research. I believe in the company, and I'm going the distance with Neo. I'm going the distance with Workhouse Horse, but it's like this president won't do that announcement. And announcement is because we have a microchip shortage. So, you know, and then we haven't heard the budget on technology yet.
Oh.
So it's like that's why the market's moving up. Shit, Nicholas know what I'm talking about. That's why it's moving steadily. So it's like a lot of us got to stay in there for the long. I'm only upset that I sold my Tesla, 4 of them, and then I got in at 500, and it went to 1,500, and now I got to get in slow when I was there at the beginning.
I got you.
Yeah, I think the best thing for anyone is to just do your due diligence, do the research, and
but
just
I
kind of
like
go from there.
Ford. My Ford stock, I'm cool with Ford. I'm cool with the Neo. And then it's a couple of other ones I'm just glancing at.
I got
So
you.
so I'm waiting for something to come down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Thank you. I'm gonna shift gears just really quick. I want to shout out Crystal Davis Wells that many people sing in the Metrolink station the other day.
Hey,
She did a
mhm.
profound job. As, or shall I say, phenomenal job. All right.
Hey, I want
She's
to ask
sharing this.
Frosty something.
Hmm?
Can I ask Frosty a question?
Yes, absolutely.
Coach Frosty, Coach Frosty. I wanted to know, do you know my homeboy, my buddy pal, Calvin Paget, Coach Paget?
Yeah, I've been on his podcast about 4 or 5 times.
All right. That was me there with the camera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought
right.
I recognized that.
Yeah,
That was me and my little boy there.
right.
Right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Go to
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
work. That's so funny.
Black
If you see
solution.
Coach Frosty's are he like 6'7", 6'8"?
Yeah.
Not really. Look, I'm not
Oh
sure,
yeah.
but how tall are you, sir?
6'6".
6'6",
Uh-huh.
and he over there talking about yeah.
Uh-huh.
You can only imagine seeing him in a chair
Calvin,
go to work.
Calvin be having the coaches there, the real estate agents there, stuff like that. And then I'm trying to pull them to YouTube.
Right,
But
right.
yeah,
Yeah, he has a
yeah,
good platform.
right.
Go to work. Absolutely. So we have plenty of platforms over here. If you don't know, I want to share MC Harris's platform on YouTube. One of his shows, just a brief part. Go to work.
Oh yeah.
He is hilarious. Wait a minute, for real. I'm gonna
Yeah,
share
but
my
I have
real quick.
22 years of recovery. So
Amen. That's congratulations. Absolutely. You're doing a phenomenal job. And I'm very proud of you. I know I'm laughing, but you already know. That's how it go. It's healthy, okay? It's not to make fun, poke fun. But I tell you, you're a comedian to me, so.
Uh-uh. Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
Say
Yeah.
that again.
Yeah, I be talking about God, and now I'm on the third step, and I'm just breaking down everything.
Absolutely. Go to work. Let's give it a couple minutes real quick.
Back to back, step 3 of the 12 steps. Now, I basically wanted to make sure that we can get to what it takes to make a decision to turn my will and my life, my actions over to the care of God and we understood Him. That's basically what step 3 is talking about right over here. So, we can start and remember to subscribe to the show down here at the
Okay.
Yeah, so I try to talk about everything of recovery.
That part. You making sure they subscribe too.
Yeah, but then I got a couple of outside videos I do, like at the hospitals I was in when I got hit by a car or a shot. Then I seen a couple of other spots I need to do in LA, and I haven't did the Venice Beach one yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's like I get a chance to talk about recovery, but at the same time get to lay out my storyboard for my documentary. So I got to do the beach, and I got to do a gorilla video on the bus because I used to drink on the bus a lot. And,
What was the drink called? Gorilla? What does the gorilla mean?
No, gorilla taping. Gorilla taping, meaning I got to get a camera on. Somebody got to film me while I'm talking at the back of the bus, playing like I'm drinking a 40 or a quart, and I'm going to Venice Beach.
Okay.
And then hopefully
I'm telling you, got to see the antics on the show. And I'm sorry, but I know it was real life, but
and I
it's
got to get my
hilarious.
Jerry curl wig, so it can be authentic.
I can't wait for you to share that clip with me so I can showcase it on the show. Okay.
Yeah.
We have more platforms to come, and I'm going to shout out some people at a later time. But just the note, you won't be highlighted. Trust and believe that.
But my reaction channel is funny because I'm a red carpet photographer, And some of these people might see me on the carpet saying, "You was talking about me on," but so I had to be careful with the words that I say
That's right.
because I want to wrap it around to bringing about men's voice. Because the meeting I went to today, they were trying to shut me down. But I was just saying, I just wanted to voice my opinion at this Black and Heritage Mental Health Committee meeting for the underserved.
I got
I,
you. Were you
I,
cussing? Were you
I,
cussing or something?
no. This is the job that's up under LA County Department of Mental Health. So that's what this meeting is, and what it basically is, it's like they started the meeting off with some Asian individuals coming to a meeting that's designed for Black folks in Africa. So and then you're gonna start. So I'm saying, see, and I understand it's the system, and then they're gonna bring back to me like I wanted to reply. No, I just wanted to say that and leave it there. That's it. I didn't need to. Don't oh don't be disruptive. I didn't need nothing more. I just wanted to say and leave it there.
I got you. Okay, I'm gonna hit call the Thursday show. The part of it is therapy. If you come back on here and you tell us about your day, that may be the commercial for the day. That'd be
Oh,
cool.
therapy. Woo.
Okay, go to work. Look, let me go back here. And
That's why I got the recovery wellness show because I'm talking about 12 steps. I'm gonna talk about emotional CPR. I'm gonna talk about that Man I Can program. I'm gonna talk about basically every training that the department gave me and that I went to on my own. I'm bringing that to the forefront, but I'm also talking about we have fun in recovery. Recovery. Should we go to conventions, picnics, barbecue? Uh, shoot, I can go anywhere.
go to work. And oh, you know what, Nicholas, you want to meet somebody in the mental health field? You have met MC Harris. I
Right.
have more people for you to meet. He actually really does work. I can say that.
Yeah.
Work with.
But I'm like LA County Department of Mental Health renegade, 15 years. So they gave me all of this training, and I have 22 years of recovery from from drugs, alcohol, crack, sniffing it, smoking it, and then I'm the alcoholic that drank what you drank. That see, it didn't start off like that, but that's the way it ended. I drank what you drank, but at the beginning,
Okay, I'm telling you, you got to see his shows. It's amazing. He was talking over his show, so I turned the show off. Okay, so moving forward, I want to share this as well because Crystal Davis Wells, who shared or who unfortunate opportunity for me to meet Coach Frosty there at the barbershop in Inglewood. She sent a message here to make a connection to sport programs. And I can share that in the description at another time. She sent it to my phone. So the title of this article, just so you know, is how community sport programs may improve the health of vulnerable population groups. It's a program theory. Okay. So to know that there's more research, that must be our key word today. Research. So we want to correlate sport programs to more improved health. And so today we're talking about mental health, and comedy is a form of therapy and help for to increase a more healthy livelihood as well. So definitely want to bring that to high school. So I'll share that. Well, I'm sure Crystal, she's listening. So that's something we can do for his events and some other people that I'm going to talk to. And that reminds me, people that will see the show from City Pride Magazine and the comedians that I'm going to ask to come to a meeting. And you're definitely welcome here. you all that were on the meeting, okay, yesterday,
Mhm.
to come to the meeting on Wednesday, and I'll share that link with you all. So we
Oh,
definitely want to incorporate this information. Coach Frosty, I'm not sure if you want to become a writer or a journalist, but I think it'd be really great. You can have a sports column.
Right.
That'd be really cool.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, but I used to like if y'all Google MC Harris, LA County Department of Mental Health. Oh no, MC Harris, community worker, Department of Mental Health. You might see some of the articles that I wrote for back in the day when I was on the job. Because I said, now if I'm gonna use my picture for these events that we have in like Compton, San Andrew Park, Watts and stuff, I'm gonna write a story about it to highlight that
Mhm.
we ain't a bad, we're not a bad community. So
Absolutely.
so we do positive things like Juneteenth, Jazz Festival, and then we post up with the resource tables and do y'all sure y'all know. So that's why I wanted to get it in that county hub.
Okay,
So
absolutely. I'll
yeah,
be sure to send this video to the publisher and scroll over to that whatever
yeah.
time frame this is in the video, so that way he can see that information. Okay, learn their
Uh,
information as well. All right, in your agreement, Coach Frosty, to write about sports. And Nicholas, what would you want to write about?
I'm not even sure.
I know you have a whole page of different. You can have different columns, right?
I'd
Like
probably just focus on the nonprofits, really.
nonprofit.
nonprofit or either
Yeah, because
or either the financial and put
Absolutely.
some
So that
commas
more.
with
reminds me, before we leave, can
Yeah,
you talk
yeah.
about the
Oh,
NFTs?
I can talk for sure, for sure.
Okay. Because that's where the world is going. Absolutely. Go to work. And just to know how Snoop and Jay-Z and a lot of people are making money with the NFTs right now.
yeah,
For
but
sure.
yeah, but I told my son that I'm gonna have to get another mic to see if we can do a sports commentary channel together. And shit, a father and son, and because he only liked football and basketball, so let me see if and he liked the race car.
Okay. Go to
For
work.
sure. Yeah.
That's cool. All right. I think Nicholas, it's your turn. Go to work.
I think I don't have anything else.
Absolutely. Well, can you make a connection to like a definition of NFT and how how the music artists are making money right now?
For sure. NFTs, non-fungible token. And if we had to change the word itself, I would just say non-replaceable. So I'll do it with an example. So if anyone is interested in having their artwork, a video, a sound put onto the blockchain, you're tokenizing your work, and it's think of a new way of collectibles, but with a valuable, like a price value that's far exceeds what we've seen in the past, right? So non-fungible token just allows people to really have one of a kind assets that's in the digital world, where they can just sell it online to a community of individuals. Um, so it's really just sold like any other piece of property, but
Uh,
it's a digital token, so it's
yeah.
ownership. But for in the musician, where like as a musician or an artist or whatever the case may be, you can now give back to your fans an experience like we were talking about before. So if you have an NFT and then also you're doing the sheer aspect of um, having a concert and you want them to experience something where only people who are NFT holders can really capitalize on, you can do that. So I
Uh,
think it opens the doors to a lot of great things to occur, right? And then if
mhm.
your fans were to sell your NFT and then you were able to you can put a smart contract on where you make money off of every time someone sells your particular NFT. So it opens up the doors to a lot of things. Outside
Yeah.
of musicians, people are going to be using them as receipts. I don't think receipts are going to be a thing of they're going to be a thing of the past, to be honest with you. Because right
Yeah.
now there's a restaurant in New York City done by Gary V where once you have a NFT, you have an experience in this particular restaurant. That NFT it goes for $11,000. I'll definitely buy it because there's going to be a lot of individuals who own it, where you can have access to private parties with anyone who's in the community, and I think it's a big thing moving forward.
What about because my coworker told me about the NFTs a couple of months ago, and then I told him that my son have a picture that he don't hardly let nobody see that's on the wall. But then he basically mentioned it to me because uh, he know I do a lot of pictures, and a lot of my pictures and videos have I didn't put everything on Facebook. I, I held back, so I got footage of different hip hop conference and concerts and benefits of the Brat, uh, uh, Naughty by Nature and stuff like that. And I even got video of them on the carpet and stuff like this. So so I was wondering, do I just cut out like a segment of it? Because since I got the video, uh, for me to put it out there, see, I'm really the legal owner of it anyway. Because once somebody snatched it, people don't know that once you take it from me, you really augmented it. You changed it because I learned that right in the photography school. So that's why a picture from your phone and a picture from one of my big D cameras is it's a whole lot of difference. So 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 I got a lot of different folders. The only folders out of all the political pictures I may not have is the one I missed when Miss Clinton was in town, and I miss. But I got some other folks like the mayors, governors, and stuff like that, and and some of the people that yeah. But I really want to know how to put some of that, the ones I just mentioned, into NFT because I know I'm the only one that's probably walking around with that version.
Right. That
Yeah.
part right there.
Oh, even with Snoop Dogg, like as close I am to the screen, I got him dressed up with a sweater on. No one probably never seen him with a cut off sweater, and then he have a dress shirt up underneath. So it was a benefit.
Okay. Absolutely. Go to work.
So, mm,
Huh.
so I'm
So
gonna
with
see.
that in mind, let me see. We do a lot of great work over there at the 5 Points You Foundation. I want to tell you thank you. That's where most often I get a chance to work with you when we get a chance to film a lot of artists. So it's going to be great to share information. At, once again at the 5 Points You Foundation. So go to work. This is 2022. We haven't been there yet for an event this year just yet.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Go to work. So with that in mind, also I want to shout out Brooks.
Oh, I'll be back in a minute.
You gotta work. Absolutely. So you're a talent and you want to be represented. So you want to check that out as well. Go to work, go to work, go to work. And Coach Frosty, Miss Crystal Davis Wells, she's gonna send more information to my email. So if you could text me your email, then I can send it to you as well.
Okay.
Okay. Awesome. So as soon as we get, let's see, MC and Nicholas back, I'm going to end the show. But is it something else that you want to share in the interim?
No.
All right,
Just
go
to
to work. Go to work. Well, I definitely appreciate you. And if tomorrow, I mean, anytime, just want you to know if you have someone else that has event or want to help out the high schoolers, or high schoolers are having a function or event, needs some more support or practice with broadcasting or sharing their information presentations. I know some of them are 18. Um,
Oh,
the term is open for you to share. Okay.
Okay.
All right, that's cool. All right, until tomorrow, you have a great day. I know this was a little bit longer than expected, but
It was entertaining though. It was entertaining.
hmm.
I said it was entertaining.
Oh well, good. Absolutely, that's what we wanted to be: informative, entertaining, engaging. Absolutely. So thank you for that. Go to work. If I had a survey, a virtual survey, I would have did wonderful. Good work. All right, so I'm going to start ending the show here, MC Harris. I want you to know that as well. Did you want to say anything else to Coach Frosty, who you know, before we leave
Uh,
here?
well, I'm gonna go over there and visit my boy Calvin. Maybe check out his show probably Sunday if he's having one. And to go and then I got to drop see if I can get him, or if I can do something right over there at the studio at a low cost once I pick up my show, and because he does his shows at Pink Studios right over there on Pico.
Right.
Yeah, so that's about it. So hopefully when I start doing these reaction videos, I just learned that you gotta make sure you have the words, or when they say stop, stop.
All right, go to work.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Well, definitely. Until next time, you all are dismissed from class. Not really. I'm just saying. So tomorrow, I'm gonna wait for Nicholas to come back on so he can say his goodbye as well, and because I know he's been on here quite a plethora of time.
And then I'm gonna get on a roller coaster ride.
What is that?
This is the
Oh, one of
one.
your Oculus.
Oh, well, it's just a regular VR, virtual reality, one for your phone. But the Oculus got this in the hand thing. But some of the reviews, some people said the battery's been burning out. So I'm like, but
Huh?
but it allows you to get into the metaverse and get started once you start your account.
Really? So now that's some new information for me. You're telling me you're gonna use that for your phone? And you
Uh,
set your phone into that?
well, this one is for the phone use, but the other one you can get into the metaverse, I believe, from your laptop or something, or in cameras and stuff. And
Mhm.
once you're in there, you can start doing doing a video screen, showing what you're doing right in there.
Oh wow, that's why that sound like
And then I can rack up more
react to new
views, more
technology.
views.
That's what I just sounded like go to work. Really,
And then I can rack up more and more views. So I'm gonna do a few on my recovery channel. Then I'm gonna open up the other channel.
Lord Jesus. So
Yeah,
that's almost like Star Trek. The people are right there with you.
yeah. So I may speak on the Megan Gooden relationship and breakup, and then I'm gonna have an actual picture of me and her husband that I took a picture of at an event that he was at. Then some other people, and then I'm just gonna see how it takes off.
Wow. Well, you make sure you send me the link to that because that sounds interesting. Absolutely. Maybe we'll have a live show and
So
you'll
so
be
we
quiet
can
and we'll
build,
watch.
yeah, so we can build back our community back like the way it was. Maybe I just may show everybody a roadmap of how black our community was. And the roadmaps of these maps
Mhm.
is the actual map. You will see how black most of the communities that was black. And then I'm gonna move the next slide and show
Mhm.
you how it started decreasing. And then I move the next slide and he got it by the dates. This is the stuff that that the city housing and committee got buried deep within. And they came out and presented, and I said, "Godly, we had all that property."
What
Yeah,
locations are you discussing?
I'm talking about we had a lot of property in Watts, Baldwin Hills, Crenshaw area, and then it shows the roadmap of it just decreasing, the black population decreasing, and it shows zip codes roadmap of it decreasing.
Wow. Well, when you get time, yeah, Monday through Friday, 8 o'clock, bring that back to us one of
And
these days. If
and
you
then
think
I noticed that it started decreasing. You would think it was the crack epidemic, but it was more than that.
mm,
It had a lot to do with single family homes,
mm-hmm,
and when you split people up, then that's money going in all kind of directions. And when you split people up, they got to live somewhere. So
absolutely.
so
Fact.
it's good. Well,
Absolutely. Well, go to work. Nicholas may be getting paid right now because he sure did give us a lot of free information, and I'll be
well,
sharing
well.
his
I'm gonna go and check
website.
out his those websites, that security one. But that first
Mhm.
website, shit, I'm gonna check out that one first. Was
Okay.
that
Absolutely.
was that a website? That first one that said Bitcoin and
The website that said Bitcoin? No.
well, no, that first caption you showed me that said Bitcoin something something.
Huh.
It said Exodus, Bitcoin, and crypto.
Yeah.
Okay, he shared it from his screen, so
All
he
right.
would have to come back or drop that link in this. Let's see, did he put it in the private chat
Oh
box?
well, I can
But
go to
he'll be
the
right
video.
back. So
Hey, I
when
can go
he
to the video and see it.
okay, okay, so I'm gonna wait for him to come back. He did put it in the chat, so we can get that link. I'll get that to you.
All
Okay,
right.
I could definitely send it to you if you gotta go. But otherwise, he's gonna be back. All right. Let me share his link to his definitely for his page though. Go to work. Okay, so I didn't see that chat just now. So, but I'm gonna put that on the link here because he is definitely very informative, and we definitely want to showcase more youth doing great things, absolutely, and having fun as well. Not where they have to do it; they are doing that on their own. So
Yeah,
he
he cracked me up
is
when
a
he cracked me up when he said that his friend said, "Why is you playing that music?" Because he's playing real music. Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. He playing stuff that's not auto tune.
Hmm.
See,
Absolutely. Go to work.
it's
You
a big
taking a picture
difference.
of me? Go to work. I call it a student taking a picture of me. I think everybody
Oh
like
no,
these wigs. I switch wigs different times, just
no,
make
I'm
it
switching
fun
arms.
different times of the day. And this one student said, "Oh no," because I had a student at in advisory, and then I change a wig, and they like this can't be the same teacher. It's so funny, but it's a lot of fun. So now look, MC Harris,
Huh?
you don't think you remind people of Richard Pryor?
Well, I was born in Peoria, Illinois.
Oh yeah, you. Wait a minute. You told the story one time before. You wasn't sure. Not that it's funny though. You
Oh
wasn't
no, I was
sure,
born in Peoria, Illinois at St. Vincent Hospital.
and so you're
Yeah.
not sure. Maybe Richard Pryor could be your father. Is that what you were saying?
Nah, nah, nah. He ain't my
Oh
father.
right, sorry. No, wait, no disrespect, because your father told you to keep that cryptocurrency money for your son or that
Uh-huh,
check.
uh-huh. Oh, somebody messaged me. Oh, somebody said a joke. Joke is because they know what I was talking about right in that meeting earlier. You're gonna have some people come to the meeting designed to help out. Oh man. And tell us to come and lobby with you. This is crazy. So I said, well, Next month, can I go to their meeting? No, you can go to the cultural main. No, can I go to their meeting?
Nicholas, we need you to share that video when you come back about the Exodus, that website, okay?
Which one? The Exodus?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Go over.
Uh-huh.
You know, I
I'm
know
gonna
when
check it out.
children get off task. Not for real. Yes, seriously though, he wanted to see that about the end of the show for sure. So
Shit,
we
I'm
can
gonna
all
find it.
wake up and be more, shall we say, ready for the day. I want to think about the song "Ready for the World," but yes, we're
Yeah,
in
I'm
this
gonna
world,
check,
but
Yeah.
we're in my
check it
other
out.
world. Yes, question.
Yeah, this is Exodus. It's a beautiful desktop and hardware wallet where people can they can
Oh,
send, receive, or exchange their crypto. This wallet has private keys, so definitely a beautiful one. I would definitely recommend. So you can save all your assets, and it keeps everything together. It really gives you control that you need. So it has a built-in exchange. It has live charts. It has up to 150 plus cryptocurrency assets, and you can have a full list to see it and everything else. But it's beautiful. It's definitely a great tool to use.
this too here. Exodus, right?
But yeah,
Absolutely, go to work. I was gonna say Bobby Butt sent a video, but we're gonna save this video for tomorrow because it would be inappropriate due to the fact that we know that we have MC Harris. He's recovering, and this video it elicits a little bit like somebody is uh, feeling great because they're using CBD with Wakana. Is it Wakana? Oh, sorry. Hold on. Let me get back to it. Go to work. You have to see this video tomorrow. All right, you gonna tune in on tomorrow, MC Harris?
Huh?
You know
Hopefully,
Bobby Butt,
Bobby Buck. You know I know Bobby Buck.
but I mean, do you know that he sells CBD?
CBD.
Yes,
What is CBD?
yes. Can you tune in tomorrow?
Yes,
Okay, go work.
CBD.
We'll start at the top of the show because that's going to go into a whole nother world. Go to work.
Okay.
Nicholas, you know about CBD?
I do.
Yes, you know about a lot of things because if it deals with business, you know about it, don't you?
If it has to do with green and helping the world, I'm with it.
Oh, go to work.
Uh,
All right, absolutely. We appreciate you. So, and with that, also, wait a minute. Bitcoin, NFTs, are they green? Or can they
They are not green, but they can result in green.
Okay,
yeah.
look at you. You caught that one. Absolutely. Go to work. So with that in mind, thank you so very much, everyone. It just turned 10:03 from what I've seen. I'm trying to rhyme because you're listening to me. I appreciate you very much. Feel free to tune in anytime. On 8 o'clock is a better time for people to relax, get some things done, and then we could talk about some great things and have a good time. Just like Coach Rossi was saying, it was highly engaging. This is his first time here, and it's gonna be interesting every day. Trust and believe that. Go to work. All right, everybody, have a great evening, okay?
Okay.
All right, go to work.
All right.
All right, bye-bye.
Pleasure.
Thank you.